Here we go, YouTubers. This is another one of my son's T31s X-Trails. The problem we have is I'll probably try and show you the code in a minute as to look at pictures of it, saying Lambda sensor fault. And what I would say about Lambda sensors and most other sensors on cars, I wouldn't be going off buying trashy Chinese ones off of eBay. Some of them might be alright, but you know, they can be a lot cheaper. But I would always be wanting to go for a sensible brand, things like that, whether it's a mass airflow sensor, manifold pressure, or in this case the Lambda, otherwise known as oxygen probe. This is an NTK, which as you can see is made by NGK in Japan. I'm quite happy with NGK, Nippon Denso, Bosch, stuff like that, the well-known brands if you like. Right, so first thing, we've got to find it. I'm told it's in the top of the engine if you look at things on the internet. So let's take the engine cover off and see if we can find it. Yep, it's fighting me. Somewhere in that buried in the exhaust system. Probably somewhere very difficult to get to. Right, well I'm going to find it and we'll get back to you. Right then, we found it. That's the plug for it there, and the actual cable itself comes around here and down in there with the torch shining on it. That is the probe there. I think it's going to be a little bit of fun to get out. They do actually do a sort of special socket to take these out that's got a sort of cutaway side, and it's a deep reach socket to get on there. I'm now beginning to regret not buying one, but we might have to modify a spanner with an angle grinder or something or the other to get on there. We'll see how it goes. Squeeze those tabs with a bit of putting those pliers and it'll pop off. Cheap one from Lidl's, I thought, yeah, it just likes to say where it is. I'm going to cut a slot in the end of it to clear the cable, and maybe cut it off back there and weld an old socket on it, and you know, give it a crank round with the breaker bar. But it's all time when we're up against it because the car's got to go for an MOT in a bit. So we phoned around all the local car parts places, and these are the correct socket for the job. It's a Sealy one. That is the model number there. So I suggest if you know you're going to do this, considering how fiddly it is down in the engine, I'd go off and get the right thing. I hate buying special tools really. Sometimes they're just not necessary, but in this case I think they are. Right, we've got our socket on there now, and I've put a 3/8 drive, which I was a bit surprised by, but I put a 3/8 drive to 1/2 inch adapter on it, so we got the old breaker bar on here, because they can be a bit tight when they're left in there a long time. Right, let's have a go. And that is tight, but it's gone. Yeah, I don't think we'd have been doing that with a bodged up spanner, to be honest with you. Yeah, unusually I've got my assistant, my son, the owner of this vehicle, filming. The only problem is, somehow he didn't manage to pay for the new sensor. Somehow Dad did that. Amazing, that, isn't it?
Well, I'm not stupid.
There it is. Oh, it looks a bit sooty as well. I've read something about cleaning these. I don't know whether you can, but I mean, you know, sometimes you just got to grin and bear the cost of a new one. Right, there's our new one out of the packet there. It does look a little bit different from the old one. The old one, I can see the Bosch symbol on it and made in Germany. This one, NGK, which is NGK, Japan, do look a little bit different. Hopefully they're functional equivalents. I removed the thing by squeezing that out, but what you should actually do is take the clip off like that, and that slides out of the clip. And that clip then fits on the new one, so you can clip onto the car. Good. Yeah, it clips on like so, hopefully. A bit tight. Maybe it goes the other way around. No, it ain't going that way, I don't think, because of that. I mean, to be honest, it's not the end of the world if you don't get it into this. That seems a bit different. It's sort of splaying this thing like it's a bit too big for it. I want to go right on. No, that ain't going to have it. So I think what we're going to be doing here is putting a couple of tie wraps on the connector so it's up there out of the way of everything and it's not going to rub through or anything, and I think that's where we're going to be. A couple of tie wraps. What we've done in the end, a couple of tie wraps around there. As long as it's up out of the way of everything, it's not going to rub on anything, it's not going to touch anything hot. It's all routed through as the original one. The cable's just slightly shorter than the other one and that clip's different, but that's what you get with pattern parts. Right, so we put the lid back on it and then we're going to get the code reader and fire it up and see if we can clear down the codes. Well, we cleared the codes down using one of these little OBD2, I should say, interfaces, which you know, very cheap, the Bluetooth to your phone. But yeah, it's all cleared up now, all running, so hopefully the job is a good one. If you enjoyed that, if you'd like to like and subscribe. I've avoided saying that in my videos for ages, but I think I better because I need some more subscribers so I get paid.